Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm at work, and I just did an oil change on my truck. I was gonna do a video on that, but everybody knows how to do an oil change. If you don't, I'm sure you can find out. But what not a lot of people know how to do is change their fuel filters. Now, I change my fuel filters every 7,500 or every 15,000 kilometers. So every second oil change, I change my fuel filters and my air filter. Things you're going to need is a 1/2 inch wrench, a wrench with a 1/2 inch drive, and a 32mm socket. You're going to need a wrench or a ratchet with a 1/4 inch drive and a 7/16 socket. Then a 5/8 and a 10mm. Having a bucket wouldn't be a bad idea either to catch your fuel. Now, the first thing you're going to do, ouch, drain your water fuel separator. And as per usual, there's no water in it. Next, you can take off this plug here. Take that off. Then this bracket here is going to have to come off, otherwise it's going to be in the way to get the fuel filter off. So, take your 10mm, I believe, that nut there. That should just come right off. Gonna have to put my socket on the other end of that, but you get the idea. Alright, so once that bolt is out, simply just move this bracket to the side. I just rest it there when I do this. Now, you let your water fuel separator drain now. If it's windy, you're probably gonna get it in your face. You take your 32mm socket. Stick it on there. And the whole housing will move. Now, as the frame rail fuel filter loosens off, you'll notice that you'll lose your flow of diesel coming out of the filter, out of the water fuel separator. That just means that it's not siphoning from the tank anymore. Really, it's not siphoning from the tank at all now. Now that's the old fuel filter, about 15,000 kilometers old. It's not in horrible shape. That's where the fuel filter sits, in there. And that is where it screws onto the truck. Now, your new fuel filter is going to go in there, and it's going to filter your fuel. And there's a little bit of dirt and stuff in there from taking it off, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean that out. Now look at all that shit come out of there where your fuel filter goes. And make sure that you're gonna want to make sure that's nice and clean. Don't scrub too hard with the paper towel, though. You shouldn't really use paper towel just because it leaves pieces of paper towel in there. It's pretty good though. There's nothing in there. I just kind of got lucky, I guess. A new fuel filter will just click in there. It should be a fairly tight click. And that's the new gasket. Remember, never use your rubbers. So, come underneath. See that old gasket there? You gotta get that bad boy off. I usually use a flathead screwdriver to get that off. I seem to have forgotten my flathead screwdriver, so I'll have to use my pocket knife. What's that?
Do mine next?
Alright, then you screw your fuel filter back on. You put that new O-ring on there. Make sure you get that new O-ring on. Don't reuse the old one. You never reuse your rubbers. And then you can go ahead, tighten it up. You put your sensor back on there. You put on this bracket, and then you're done your frame rail fuel filter. Now for the top fuel filter, I've already done this when I changed it out already. I just didn't record it. What you do is you push these tabs down, push this tab in, pull both the lines off, twist it out, pull it out, put it back in. And you're going to want to put a rag down here because you're going to spill a little bit of diesel. And this will be full of diesel, so don't tip it over. But that's how you change that one there. And it's very easy. I also changed my air filter because it was gross. And now I have to, I guess first things first, I gotta find my keys and then prime the system. Got them. So, what you do is you click it once, click it twice. You should be able to hear your fuel pump priming your system. I can't hear it very well right now just because I can't. Now you should be able to hear your fuel pump priming your system. Now I can't hear it very well right now just because I'm right next to the highway. But I can just hear it. Alright, it's done the first cycle. You have to do this 6 times, so that's once.
A few moments later.
Alright, now I've cycled the keys 6 times, listening for the fuel filter for when it shut off, and redoing it every time. It's been about 5-10 minutes or so, and the fuel system should be primed, so I'm going to go ahead and try and crank it up. And she fires up, so I guess I didn't fuck it up. That is awesome. And even though it didn't show you how to change the fuel filter on top, it is very easy. I didn't feel the need to have to explain that. It's really, really easy. But yeah, that's how you change the fuel filters on a 2016 F2 or 350 POWERSTROKE diesel. Now what you're going to want to do is you let it run for about 5 or 10 minutes, and just to get any air bubbles out of the system, just let it run, work itself out, and you should be good to go then. Anyways, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.